I'm going to give you some of my best coaching advice that I'm sure is going to help you go faster at your next race. One thing that you are going to be the worst at on race morning is making decisions. I think all of us have had that terrible race morning where everything seems to be going wrong. You can't find the car keys, you forgot to put things in your bag, and then you're halfway to the race start and you've forgotten your helmet. This is exactly what we're about to avoid. This situation is not your fault. Stress upregulates the emotional side of your brain and downregulates the cognitive side. And you need that cognitive side to make good decisions. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna avoid any decision making and help you to really calm down on race morning. Okay, the best way to circumvent this really natural tendency to get a little bit flustered is to make a list. Now, athletes working with me know I'm a big fan of lists, like make a list of your goals, make a list of your race nutrition, make a packing list before you go. This is going to be a list of things to do and when on race morning. So this schedule has to be completed at least the night before, because as I mentioned, you're going to suck at making decisions as to what goes on this list on race morning. So the latest this is completed is the night before. So I'm going to go through making this list. It starts by setting the end of your schedule, and that is when the race starts. So you're going to write down on your piece of paper when your race start is. In this instance, it's going to be 7:30. So then you're going to frame the day with when it's going to start and so you're going to make a decision as to when you're going to wake up, and anywhere from 3 to 4 hours before the race start is probably pretty normal. So in this instance, we're going to decide that we're going to wake up at 4 a.m. So this is my page. It's laid out with a 4 a.m. wake up and a 7:30 a.m. start. Now, what you're going to do is you're going to count back from when you're in the water starting the race all the way back to when you wake up. And you're going to list here all of the things you need to do between waking up in the morning and starting the race in chronological order, but you're going to count your way back from being in the water starting the race. So here are some examples of things that I put on this particular list. So counting back, there's the final in the water race warm up and making sure that I'm in the water for the actual start of the race when the gun goes off. Then there's my final warm up near the swim start and putting on my wetsuit. As you can see, I said that this is going to be 6:45 completed by 7:05. The important thing with this list is you're always going to pack in some wiggle room so that if something unexpected happens, you have some time to add that last minute task to your list. So in Chattanooga, the shuttles run from 4:30 to 7. I don't want to be on the last shuttle because that means I'm going to miss all that last minute prep that I put into my schedule. So I'm going to get on the shuttle between 6:15 and 6:20 a.m. So before I go over and get in the shuttle, I need to pump the tires on my bike. I need to put my nutrition on my bike. I need to have some wiggle room for any mechanical stuff that I see there. I have to drop off my race morning bags and my special needs, all that kind of stuff. So all of that is going to happen here on my list between 5:30 and 6 a.m. in T2 with the bike. So in order to be there at 5:30 in transition, I need to leave wherever I'm staying at 5 o'clock in order to park the car or walk there or whatever in order to be in transition at 5:30. Remember, this is just this specific list. You need to make the list according to what your actual travel time to the race is and all the specifics of what's going on in your race. I'm just creating an example here. So leaving at 5 a.m. to actually be at the race means I give myself about 10 minutes to pack bags and have them sitting there so that I'm actually exiting the building at 5 o'clock. So somewhere between 4:15 to 4:30 and 4:45 before I have to do my last minute pile things at the door is mobility, visualization, just spare time, but I just have that time blocked out telling myself what I'm going to do with that time. Eating breakfast or even finish breakfast by 4:15. And so I put that on the list. Eat your breakfast, drink your carb drink. And then we're all the way back at where I'm waking up at 4 o'clock in order to be stuffing in this breakfast and getting on with my day by 4:15. So this is just an example of a list of some of the things that I put in. There may be things that you need to do on race morning that need to be on this list. The important thing is you are telling yourself exactly what to do and when. And in that way, you're taking out any sort of decision making, and you know, because you've gone through this list and been quite thorough, that if you just do this schedule and do this list, You don't have to think about it. You're going to be in the water, ready to start the race at 7:30 as planned. So I hope this helps and you have a super race using this list technique.